Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Blitz survival games. Now today is a good day to be playing Blitz because I'm going to be buying my first level 10 in a while now. I've been playing kits like Paladin and Warrior a bit too much recently, and you know what, I thought that why not try buy a new level X? Why not try out a completely new kind of style of play? Because Warrior and Paladin they're pretty similar kits, you know, they're not quite the same in terms of their buffs, but you know, the whole play style, the idea around it, about that melee and the chess piece, very similar. So I think it's definitely really important in a game like Blitz, where the kits are central to the game mode, that you are able to use any type of the kits, or a wide range, of course, because you know that means that you yourself become more knowledgeable about the kits, and that you know how to counter those people that do have the kits, right, when you're fighting them. So we seem to have a bit of a guy over here, and I'm not going to assume he's the best because, well, for starters, he's down here. So yes, my hypothesis was correct. It was correct indeed. What is this kit? Ranger 1. Okay. Your power. Okay. That's a pretty solid level 1 there. Too bad. I think you had to pick the random option to get that one. And as we all know, that's not a play. That's not the play. But anyways, oh, this guy's he's trying to get in this. He's I can't see him. What am I gonna do? But as I was saying, it's very important to kind of learn how to play with other kits, and something like this is definitely a great opportunity, you know. So I'm going to talk a bit about kind of the options that I did consider, and why I kind of ended up on the kit that I did end up. And spoilers, I might have clickbaited you a little bit in the title. I do have the coins for, I think, maybe 3 level X's now because of all the tournaments, but I ended up deciding on one specific kit. So the first kit that I had considered was Troll. Now Troll is definitely one of the kits, right? There's definitely one of the kits that is highly centered around Deathmatch. There's a lot of game sense plays involved in Troll, and I feel like I'm just not quite there yet in terms of skill or maybe Deathmatch knowledge. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to make full use of the snowballs, right? You get a stack, or about 48. I'm not quite sure if they nerf that, which is amazing in terms of Deathmatch, because you get to decide mainly where your opponent is, and in conjunction with the witch, you're going to be able to place your opponent exactly where you want them to be, which is basically next to the witch at all times, and that's going to happen. So that's going to allow you to wear off, you know, to pick away at your opponent during Deathmatch. But I feel like I still don't kind of have the, I don't know if it's game sense knowledge. Yeah, we'll leave it at game sense knowledge. Okay, that is a good kill. I'm actually going to conceal my my items here. So, you know, that wasn't really much of an option for me. Now, the second option that I had was Meatmaster. Meatmaster, you know, incredible protection potential on that kit. You know, also 6 damage weapons, so that kind of checks the box of good damage. And the pig, you know, the pig makes some really interesting plays. Also, you know, just a pretty fun idea of having mobs. But I think the bit that Meatmaster does fail on is kind of the utility, right? So the playstyle for Meatmaster is you need to target players kind of early on in the game, right after you get the kits. This way, as you progress in the game, you gain more loot as you kill more and more stacked players. And from that, you get your utility. You know, that's how you get utility in Meatmaster. And again, I just don't think that's the kind of playstyle for me, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, what's the kit? What's the kit? Place your bets now. Wait, what could you think I bought? Oh, I might have just hovered over it. Oh, no. It's Blaze 10. It's Blaze 10. Blaze 10. It's a fun kit. The fun kit. The reason I decided to go for Blaze in the end is because Well, first of all, I think the main reason was because of the chestplate. Now, recently, I don't know about you, but I've encountered quite a lot of pesky little phoenixes, like in the deathmatch last game. And these little pesky phoenixes use a specific kind of damage to attack their opponents. That's right, it's fire damage. Now, what enchantment do you think Blaze has? The fire protection 10. This is an incredibly high level of fire protection, if you didn't know, which makes any fire damage that a phoenix does with their flame bow, it makes it pretty negligible. Obviously, you can have the bow shot damage, but I think it's quite a great reduction. The next utility that you get from Blaze is, you guessed it, the axe. The axe. Wow. 9 durability. It might even be 10 because when you leave it at 0, it counts as an extra piece of durability. So 10 hits on an axe. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. With it, obviously, you can prevent your opponents from running away, which is another positive. Another great positive. And also, especially in deathmatch, you can kind of dip in and out of fights while lighting your enemies on fire and then kind of playing like a, I don't want to get too graphic over here, but playing like a little man, right? Like a little elf running around and shit. And last but not least, you have the Blaze spawn eggs. Now you get 3 of them, which is a pretty decent amount. I think the Blazes are a bit tanky on the tankier side, as far as mobs go. So the Blazes, I think what kind of sets the Blazes apart as a mob from other mobs in Blitz SG, obviously, is its ability to fly. This makes it obviously a much harder target in comparison to all the other mobs, because you have this third plane of movement, and of course they're able to shoot these fireball charges, balls of charge. So the Blazes obviously are another source of slow damage over time, which is crucial in deathmatch. And I think the reason I mainly pick Blaze is just definitely the chestplate. You know, very tanky. You won't ever have to get an iron chestplate, which is pretty RNG based at times. Okay, so I'm going to commentate around this deathmatch because I didn't really speak much throughout it, and I think it should just give you a bit of an insight on how to kind of play Blaze during a deathmatch. So obviously I'd bow the guy who looked to be a paladin previously, and going into the deathmatch now I could see that he was kind of higher on health, so I think he won't have the pots anymore, because obviously he's regenerated. But I still need to play a bit wary around him, since he might have had some spare pots or used a gapple to regen. So obviously I spawn my Blazes straight away as a distraction. I think I try to deal a bit of damage here in a second, yeah, with the axe, to try and light him on fire. But luckily the Blazes already landed a shot on him. So I cut across through the middle of the deathmatch, I kind of chase him in a little bit, and then I instantly turn around and check if the other guy's trying to sneak up on me, and luckily he isn't. So with both of them now retreating from me, I know the paladin is going to be at much lower health than the other one, but still with the potential of having more paladin pots. So I'm making sure to switch targets with my bow, and of course making sure to use my bow properly, since earlier on in the game I had killed an archer 10. So obviously in this situation it makes perfect sense to use the bow. So I go in for the shark, land some hits, and unfortunately I think one of us is lagging at this point, so I need to make a split-second decision here to try to back away. Again, I check my back, and sure enough, the paladin is looking to try and clean up a bit. But now, with both of the players in my field of view, I realise that it was in fact the shark that was lagging, and not me. So I try to pick off a bit of health off the paladin as well. So going into this fight, I have a greater advantage over the paladin because he's been constantly lit on fire by both my axe and the Blazes around him. So at this point, I think it's definitely worth it to go full send on this guy. So I chase him into the corner, into the border. Kind of unlucky that I get lagged back twice, but I put him into a position where he is not able to run anymore. Again, right after I get the kill, I'm making sure to check right behind me to see if the shark is near us. And sure enough, he's about to come in, but of course the Blazes have been doing a bit of damage since our last encounter, and he's now at 16 HP. So now with just the both of us left, I use my warrior pot to speed up on him, and make full use of my regeneration kill effect to give myself the best chance of being able to finish him off. And sure enough, I land some hits on him, I light him on fire, and at this point I think it's probably the safest option to use my archer bow to ensure that his lag does not cause me to lose the game. And I land a couple of hits on him, and he eventually dies to the border, and that's a deathmatch well played. Alright, it's been a couple of days since the last recording, but I've been using bltiz on and off in my games, and you know what? It's a pretty good kit. I think I've managed to get it up to a 0.4 win-loss, which, you know, for me, that's pretty good. That's pretty good considering my standards of other kits. But okay, we're gonna try with this game here, obviously. And the first step in doing so is getting out of this spawn. Didn't manage to get anything off the spawn, and in the corner of my eye, I could already see a guy trying to chase me with a wooden axe. So obviously Pandora, it's a map with not very many chests. It's very quite lacking in chests. So we'll just try and loot. I'm lagging a bit over here, so we're just gonna be conscious of taking fights like this one. Obviously, this is not gonna be a very good fight if I'm gonna be lagging. But I think we did manage to chase this guy into the water, and there's also another person trying to come in at the same time. So obviously you don't want to be fighting around the water. So I'm gonna try get out here. And we've got pretty decent gear, but I think this guy's got the 2 pieces that I need, so this is going to be definitely a very valuable kill in terms of our armor. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge here, just kind of kill him. I think this is a low level speleologist. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot is that bltiz just doesn't get any food, so getting that mushroom soup was actually pretty good. We'll probably have enough saturation to finish the game now. I might try loot a bit over here, but obviously you have to be conscious of the fact that the star's coming out in about a minute or so. So I'll get these 2 chests up here and I'll make my way down to middle in a second. Unfortunately, this kind of path to middle is very narrow, so I think this guy blocking up, yeah, he's definitely gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna back away here because I don't think I'm in a place to take that fight. Obviously try loot for the star. Okay, no, never mind, we're not getting the star. Honestly, I think the play right now is to maybe wait for chest refill and go down this kind of path here. This is obviously to avoid getting starred by that person, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a rod and a bit more loot that way. Maybe a bit of healing or some potions. Okay, well, someone down it. Oh, okay, perfect. This is a scout. This is gonna be great. As long as he doesn't use the potions, I can fight him in the water here a bit. Oh, no. Hopefully he's got a couple more. Try to get a couple bow shots. We did get 1 speed potion, which is better than none. Oh, we used a star invoker. Okay, we should be fine in that case. Nowhere near us to use his spells on us. So okay. Okay. So they've been fighting. This is good. This is good. I think, because they've been fighting, my bet is that they're a bit mad at each other, right? They're still trying to get back at each other. They're probably not too conscious of me as of right now. Could be a good idea for me to get some eggs right about now. Yeah, if I just go up here. Okay, I think they're fighting a bit right now. Oh, okay, it should be him done there. Okay, he didn't die. So I'm not gonna go in for that because obviously I don't have my kill effect. That's fine. Okay, yeah. So the farmer's going to have more of an advantage in terms of health here, so he's definitely going to push. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of ignore him for now and push this. Perfect. Okay, should be able to finish the game right here. Alright, nice. GG. Alright, thanks for sticking to the end of the video. If you learned anything new, or if you just enjoyed the video in general, please leave a like. It genuinely helps out so much to keep me motivated to make these videos. And yeah, if you want to see any new kits next time, see if you look at the top right, I do have like a bunch of coins from all these tournaments, so make sure to suggest any that you want to see in any further videos. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. See ya.